What's up world, Chuck here, and in today's video I'm going to be going over how to restore some of those faded parts on your cars, the faded black parts. If you have an older car that's been sitting out in the sunlight, you know what I'm talking about. Those nice pristine black parts turn kind of crusty and ashy looking. So I'm going to be going over how to, kind of restore it and bring life back into those pieces using Plasti Dip with a coat of Glossifier, which acts like a clear coat protectant. Specifically in this video, I'm going to be doing the windshield wiper arms that hold the blades, and then the cowl that's right up under that. You'll see about that in more detail in the video. I'm also going to turn this into a series. It's going to be called Unfading the Bull. I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so what I want to do today is just these windshield wiper blade housing arms, whatever you call them, and this protective shroud right here. I think that's about all the dip I have left for that. But I want to use Plasti Dip with a Glossifier coat, because that seems to be more protective. I actually redid all of my rims. I'll probably throw a picture up because they're pretty nasty right now because all the sap from these damn trees and stuff. And I haven't washed it lately. I know. But ultimately, the all-in goal is to not respray, but I want to go over all the blacks. Sorry, I want to go over all the blacks. Trims, I guess you could say. Even the one that's going on along down there. That one's kind of faded as well. I saw a video where you could use like a heat gun, but I want to do something a little bit more permanent. All right, so if you have an older car like mine and you like to do your own little routine maintenance and stuff on it, it's probably a good idea to get up under this shroud right here, especially if you like in the south, like I do, under trees and all this stuff, and go in and clean this gook out. Now this is gook in here. It's actually like dirt, wet dirt down in there. They can be dangerous because critters can hide in there, black widows, maybe even small snakes and stuff. So if you're gonna do it, be careful, be safe, wear gloves if need be. Just don't reach your hand in there, without looking and observing the surrounding areas, because in my area anyway, in the summertime, ants are really bad, and this is the perfect place for an ant bed. So yeah, just keeping that in mind, be careful, wear gloves if you have to. I already did that side over there. If you're gonna dip anything, you want to make sure that your surfaces are really clean. This one has some paint, I guess, peeling off of it or something. But make sure you get rid of all that. You want a nice clean surface so that the dip can stick to it, and that's what you really want out of this. All right, I'm all prepped up and ready to go. Another thing to take into consideration, if you're doing any project like this where there's moving joints, Plasti Dip sprays on so that it'll cut off on this edge. So it won't, if some spray gets back here, you can peel it off this edge and it won't affect the finish right here, and it'll give you clearance around like moving parts and stuff. What I'm going to be using for this little project, so if you guys are having the same issue with the Taurus, you can go out and pick this stuff up yourself. Some masking tape was like $1 from a dollar store. This pistol grip sprayer is one of the most important ones because it gives you a nice even flow as you're spraying along. If you're just using your finger, you can do the same thing, but over time your finger get tired and get heavy-handed in certain areas and the coat will be uneven. The Plasti Dip, this stuff is $7 a can from Lowe's or from like Walmart or whatever store like that you have, a hardware store you have in your town. And the Glossifier. Now I'm using this because it will put a protective coat, like a clear coat, over the finish, which will prevent fading over time. Okay, so the first coat is on. It's kind of a thicker coat because I'm doing less than 6, which is what I recommend anyway. But for this, I'm gonna have to flip them over once this dries. If you're doing this yourself, give it about 5 to 8 minutes in between coats so it can set up. The heavier the coat, the longer you want it to sit, but it doesn't take this stuff long at all to dry. And after you're done, it takes about 8 hours for it to cure. I decided to go ahead and do the edges because they were rusted and that's no good, so I'm gonna do very light coats on the edges right here so that I can cover that rust up, but it still has enough room to get inside the wiper blades. with Plasti Dip, I can get away with running 2 heavy coats on this material because it's already black, and I'm not doing a color change. If you're doing a color change, like if you want to change the color of your rims, you're obviously going to do more than 2 heavy coats because 1, you're not going to get enough coverage, and 2, you might run into issues such as the dip itself running. In this particular circumstance, the dip did not run, so I was good with just running 2 heavy coats and 1 really heavy coat of Glossifier. Alright, so it's the next day. I had time to sit overnight and cure up. Excuse the water, I had to rinse it off because of the, the sap coming out of these sons of bitches. But there's a couple of hot spots in there, but overall, it looks 1,000 times better. 1,000 times better. It looks like almost like new parts on here. Minus the wiper blades themselves. I mean, I'm very, very happy with this. I think the next thing I'm gonna tackle is gonna be these little side skirts. Well, not little, but these side skirts down here. That's gonna do it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, feel free to hit the like button. If you're new, feel free to subscribe. Hopefully this video kind of helped some of you other Taurus owners out. I've got comments before about Tauruses specifically, so I like to make these videos because some of this information is hard to find, especially if you want to restore the plastics, maybe to sell the car or something, instead of going to a junkyard and buying it or trying to buy it offline from Rock Auto or eBay or something like that. You can save a lot of money doing this because the stuff to use is pretty cheap. But again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.